Hey, welcome to AI's Hit for one more week of trying to understand AI's capacity for photography. So, as for the many weeks before, once again, we'll be focusing on a photographer of the past or the present, try to discover or rediscover his work or her work, for better or for worse, using AI. So, it's basically I'm going to get information from ChatGPT, and the images will be done by Dall-E and Midjourney. The pictures that are going to come up are going to be on the left, Dall-E, on the right, Midjourney, until the last part. But yeah, let's maybe ask AI if it could give us more about the bio of this photographer.
She, April 12, 1883, June 24, 1976, was an American photographer known for her portraits, nudes, and still lifes. She began her career in the early 1910s and was a member of the photo secession movement, which promoted photography as a fine art. She was also a member of the F/64 group, which emphasized sharp focus and the use of the full negative. She photographed many famous figures, including Ansel Adams, Georgia O'Keeffe, and Dorothea Lange. She continued to work and exhibit her photographs until her death in 1976.
Okay, so interesting. All those pictures, of course, the prompts were made to try to be in phase with the bio. And I think for some of those pictures, we do find some elements, a reminder of the style of this photographer. And for those who haven't guessed it yet, or haven't read the title of the video, it's Imogen Cunningham. And yeah, besides the pictures at first with the landscapes, the cities, we definitely have portraits and still images of plants, which might actually bring us to believe it comes from Imogen. Maybe a little too clean on the Midjourney side, as I would say always, but you might go check the real work of the photographer either online in books or in museums as usual. So yeah, quite an interesting approach of AI. I definitely still don't know really what's in the black box, like most of us, but yeah, interesting. All black and white, which kind of corresponds to the period. But let's ask AI for a bit more about what makes her style so special.
Imogen Cunningham's style is known for its simplicity, sharp focus, and attention to detail. Her photographs often feature a strong sense of composition and a careful use of light and shadow.
Yeah. Okay. Again, quite the difference in the rendering of Dall-E and Midjourney, always Midjourney on the right and Dall-E on the left. We do have some patina and some style that reminds me of Cunningham's work. Maybe something kind of, for Dall-E, I think it's really this new canvas size that you can work on, often makes it quite zoomed in, and we don't have the whole picture. And I don't know if that's, I've talked about it in other episodes. I'm wondering if that's because of the way they try to make money out of the AI generation, image generation, requiring you to enlarge the canvas. Because I don't think it did that originally when the option was not available. You would have better framings and more contextualized images. And on the side of Midjourney, very clean rendering as usual. The faces, the characteristics of the subjects, in the human subjects, a little bit always of the same kind of ethnicity. I don't know how to say, same anatomical build. But let's hear a little bit more and see other pictures.
She was particularly interested in botanical subjects, and many of her photographs depict flowers, leaves, and other plant life in great detail. Additionally, she was known for her portraits of people and her nudes, which were often shot in a simple, unadorned style that highlighted the subject's natural beauty.
Yeah, here we're going towards the botanical pictures from Cunningham, and I think it's again very clean renderings for or Midjourney, which really excels in those kinds of pictures. Dall-E is trying something else. We do get a little bit of this drawing-like characteristics for the plants, but pretty good results, I would say. And as for the portraits, again, Midjourney is kind of making it look old and a little bit blurry, but and I feel that the scene is a little bit more complex in the rendering on Dall-E's side. Again, I would say as usual, but it's here it's a pretty good results overall. I'm not sure the pictures of the people actually go into Cunningham's work, but don't hesitate to post comments if you know her work better, or suggestions for prompts. Let's hear a bit more.
Her photographs also often feature a sense of movement and energy, which is achieved through the use of close-ups and cropping. Overall, her photographs are characterized by their sharp focus, attention to detail, and an ability to capture the essence of her subjects.
Okay, here we definitely have the movement part of the prompt and the discussion, the energy going into kinetic blurs. On the left, Dall-E, again, the problem I said before is really kind of zooming in on a scene, and it's not giving us per se the whole composition. And that's been really, for me, a recurrent problem using Dall-E. I really feel like it's linked to this new possibility of enlarging your canvas, which actually requires you to have more credits. And so I don't think it's a naive move of the tool to kind of always focus a bit too much inside the picture. As for Midjourney, here again, those kind of clone-like characters, which we often find using Midjourney, but overall interesting rendering with this movement definitely coming out of it. Very interesting. Same thing with the rocking chair for both tools. I would really focus more on the Midjourney result for the rocking chair. I really like the composition here, and I think there's something that reminds me maybe of, actually not the motion blur, but the scene looks more like there's some style in it. And I'm not sure if I'm the one constructing the idea, but could go into Cunningham's work. As the picture on the left sticks to the period, but I'm not sure that the composition is really interesting. And again, maybe that's really because of the change in the tools available using Dall-E. But yeah. Please don't hesitate to tell me again if what you think about that. But as we have a virtual Imogen Cunningham at our disposal, we're going to ask something. Could we have large potted plants standing in the wind in a desert land with brushes around and old rusty cars driven by hard hatter drivers, photographed in the style inspired by Imogen Cunningham? Yep. Okay, so here again, I think the framing is really tight, more so than in previous weeks. Is it a deliberate move of Dall-E? So we'll see in the future episodes. But here, the two pictures are from Dall-E. The next two here also, not sure if it corresponds to Cunningham's style. However, it could be. There's some geometry. There's a few things, how the plants are lit and the choice of the contrast. But let's see more with Midjourney. Here it's only Midjourney again. For this last part, I separated both. And here Midjourney gives us a result that's kind of Midjourney styled more than Cunningham's style, in my humble opinion. But really nice renderings. The period is respected. But we might want to point out that no hard hat drivers were taken into account in both Dall-E and Midjourney. Again, the last two pictures, really nice renderings. The potted plant comes out way better because of the framing and the composition per se in the Midjourney images, but yeah, we do understand they're kind of potted plants in the first we could understand in the first Dall-E images, but anyhow, please, as usual, let me some comments or suggestions, and hopefully that was entertaining, and catch you next week.